Had me on service.
Are we good?
Yep.
All right.
Check
Yes, live. Yeah, we good. All right. First off, we're gonna give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushai. Okay, Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushai, Ba'Qadash Rakab, Barakatham. So all you sincere listeners, double honors to our apostles and elders, and honors to all you brothers that are also laboring. A lot of you brothers just got done doing the work, catching hell, dealing with all these elements, which a lot of people don't want to do. Hey, because this world is full of wickedness, and what we see right now is Esau's pushing in the overdrive that sodomite agenda. You see what happened with Genuine, so simple, oiled up ass, so big oil ass. Okay, and what was he doing with on a couch with a bunch of Edomites any goddamn way, man? Okay, but say again.
I was gonna say, how did you get there?
Yeah, how did you get there in the first place, man? And then you had Nipsey Hussle. Okay, he had a post, and he said this is this image that they don't want you to see. Young black men that aren't hyper violent, abandoned, or homosexual. And nobody said anything about the other two, but homosexual, everybody lost their damn mind. Why? Because there's a perverse spirit in America to promote sodomy. I think you get that in Isaiah, the 19th chapter. Yeah, just gonna go on the spirit, get precepts from there. Yeah, people are catching on to the fact that there is an agenda, just regular jakes, man. So that's gonna fail. Go again.
Isaiah 3:9.
Yep.
The show of their countenance doth witness against them, and they declare their sin as Sodom. They hide it not.
Yeah. Because people may say, "How do you know that this person is sodomite?" They come by like, "Hey, are you a sodomite?" Like, no. But they got a sweet ass look on their face. You can tell that they've been touched. They're doing all types of illegal activity according to the scriptures, and then they declare it. Because for a while you had a term in the closet, because everybody knew that it was wrong to be a homosexual, a sodomite. But now Esau, he's promoted it, and he has studies that, according to him, show that if you're a sodomite, you'll be better off in society, which is true. Like the brother Gad, Tracy was talking about, we gotta conquer this realm. And brother Gad was saying, look, you want to conquer this realm? It's easy, man. Just stand in a fucking circle with a pentagram and be a damn sodomite, man. Okay. And then people are waking up to the fact that, hey, if you want to get on, you got to be a damn sodomite. It's being exposed. You got dudes like Corey Feldman bringing it out about how in Hollywood there's nothing but a bunch of pedophiles, homosexuals. You're talking about Charlie Sheen and his homie Corey Haim, and that's why he bugged out. Okay, killed himself. Okay, they hide it not. You got NAMBLA. Now they're trying to join themselves into the LGBTQ community. And NAMBLA is based right here in San Francisco in the Bay Area. You can see it, man. It says what? Yeah, keep going.
The show of their countenance doth witness against them, and they declare their sin as Sodom. They hide it not. Mm-hmm. Woe unto their soul.
Yeah, woe unto their soul, destruction unto them. And then Esau's agenda is like nonstop. He wants to tell you that in the Georgia Guidestones that he wants to reduce the population to 500 million. And what's the quickest way to do that? Besides killing people, have them not reproduce. Okay, because everybody's a sodomite. Damn, in one generation, you can cut that down, man. That's why he's got sex robots. And the brother Saul Parr, he actually saw a Edomite with a sex robot in the flesh, like face to face. Showed us the picture and everything. If you want to speak on it.
Yeah, I was getting some food, right? And all of a sudden, this fucking Edomite was sitting next to a fucking virtual reality goggles, whatever, and he had like little sex robot thing on the side, and no one would look at him twice. Only Ishikar would like look at him a certain type of way, but everybody was just, all right, well, this is normal, but hey, like I said again, that's what Esau wants to do. It's perverse spirit, just, hey, don't worry about it. This is normal, it's normality.
In a righteous society, you'd be able to just, if someone was exhibiting that type of behavior, you just put their ass to death on the spot, man. Yep. That shit ain't right. But here in America, it's totally normal. It's another day in Babylon.
Yeah, wickedness and perverseness is normalized. That's why these people don't flinch when they see perverseness. It's just part of society.
It's that camp today, man. How perverse was that shit, man? It's like that every week, though. Yep. And it's this. Most High has to destroy this place, right?
Yeah, we just left the grocery store. First thing we see when we walked
out.
6'4" thing.
A nigga knocking niggas.
Yeah. Northern big Salvadorian looking nigga. You know, he's supposed to be playing for the Giants. You know, hitting home runs. Then he had a regular looking Jake on a bike, but then he bugged out when we came.
Yeah, when we came
rode
here.
over. Yeah, because he tried to run from the presence of the Lord. That's what that was about. Probably went home, kissed his kids. See, that's why a lot of you niggas, you gonna die, man, because you be dealing with these so-called transsexuals, man. Yeah, I remember me and the brother Gad, and we're gonna get back to the script. Me and the brother Gad, we were walking to my spot when I lived in San Jose, and there was a particular demon, okay, some nigga who thought he was a woman, a so-called transsexual, said, "What? My pimp gonna shoot you.
Yeah, my pimp gonna shoot you."
You should think like, wait a second, this nigga has a pimp, which means what? It's making him money, which means what? A lot of people is dealing with it. Man, I've seen that thing hopping taxis and Ubers with a dude in the back.
There's a market for it.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah, I was watching a documentary. The Spirit had me watch a documentary earlier this week about that. A lot of transsexuals here in San Francisco, a lot of nigga transsexuals here in San Francisco. They say, yeah, my clients are Edomite businessmen. So there's a market for trannies. You know?
They make more money than the regular bitches.
Yeah, they do.
It's a premium.
Yeah.
It's a premium, you know. So the reason why, and I was talking to a brother when we came out of the store. I said the reason why there's all these trannies, these niggas would turn thinking that they're women, is because there's an actual market for it, and men are actually going after for it, man. Or they wouldn't do it, you know. Bottom line.
Well, you got to put them to death according to the scriptures, you know.
Straight
Right?
up.
And that's why America's going to be destroyed, because it allows this type of activity to be prevalent. But they got a problem with us coming out here and condemning it in the spirit and the names of Yahweh Shai, right?
Yeah.
That's why the scripture said they hate him that rebuketh from the gate, man.
Yeah. Might hold that.
All right, and that's what we're doing right now, okay?
Finish that off yet?
It says, "Woe unto their soul, for they have rewarded evil unto themselves."
Yeah, for they have rewarded evil unto themselves, which is why when you read Romans the 1st chapter, just get that. You can get that one out desire. So it says, "Woe unto their souls," meaning destruction unto their souls, for they have rewarded evil unto themselves. That's why you see them sodomites, especially them so-called transsexuals, they be totally bugged out, and a lot of them they end up being prostitutes, and then they end up getting murdered or they commit suicide, man.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that because all you're doing is you're rewarding evil unto yourself. You're not doing good unto yourself. Scriptures talk about doing good unto yourself. Okay, when you're a sodomite, and then you take it a step further, and you become a super sodomite, you chop off your rod. Like everybody got mad at Dave Chappelle because he was like, "Man, you gotta be real fucked up in the mind to do that." You know, but just recently, a few decades ago, that was classified as a mental illness, which it is a mental illness. You mess up in the head.
It's self-genital mutilation. You know?
You hate yourself, man.
But that's okay, and fucking abortion's okay. That's America, man.
Mm-hmm.
That mental illness just means you got heavy spirits with you.
Yeah, you got demons. You got demons that have taken over, and you become a complete reprobate. I was going to that.
So Romans 1:24. Wherefore the Most High also gave them up to uncleanness through the lust of their own hearts, to dishonor their own bodies between themselves.
Yeah, that's what happens when a man is lying with another man. Because the law tells you in Leviticus the 20th chapter, when somebody hold it, you're supposed to get put to death. You got it?
It's I got it to 18.
Go ahead, bring it out.
It's Leviticus 18:22. Thou shalt not lie with mankind as with womankind. It is abomination.
Yeah, plain. That's an abomination. The Lord told you not to do it, yet the so-called white man says, everything that the Lord said, he was tripping. Like you had that one sodomite, he said that eating pork and being a sodomite was cool now because now they found ways to make it clean. They didn't have the technology, and it just rolled off of his tongue.
Yeah,
Just
quick
on the fly.
A lot of people believe that because he said it so slickly. It sounded like he did like tons of
Extensive
research, man.
Yeah.
He got the results, but he just pulled that out of his ass, man.
To justify his wickedness. Okay, when the Lord clearly tells you right here that you're not supposed to do that because that's an abomination.
I got another precept.
Yep.
This is Sirach 15:13. The Lord hateth all abomination.
Says so the Lord hates that. So the Lord hates sodomites. He hates sodomy and he hates sodomites, man. Go ahead.
The Lord, Yahweh Shai, hateth all abomination, and they that fear the Most High love it not.
Yeah, and if you fear the Heavenly Father, you're not going to love abominations, which is why we sigh and we cry. Like you have the scoffers talking about the apostle, he's whining, he's complaining. supposed to sign quiet for that, man. You're not supposed to be seeing that. And that messes with your mind. And you go out here, you yawning. Oh, you opening the blinds. Okay, you go out, water your plants. You see a goddamn so-called tranny, man. That'll blow your whole day, man. See? And you're not supposed to love that. And that's what has engulfed the world, which is why the scripture say what? Love not the world, and the things that are in the world. The world, in particular, this microcosm of the world, which we call the San Francisco Bay Area, it has to be destroyed, man, because there's nothing but perverseness. Some brothers got to work with so-called transsexuals, sodomites, okay? You got to hand a damn tranny a box, man, on the line. That's out of control, man. You got something else, Juan?
Okay, this is Deuteronomy 23:1. He that is wounded in the stones or hath his privy member cut off.
Yeah, the stone's talking about your nuts, or have his privy member cut off, which is talking about your bride. Go ahead.
Shall not enter into the congregation of the Lord. How about Shemi Al-Shai?
Yeah, so why do you have dudes who know that they're Israelites talking to so-called trannies, man? Like you breaking down scriptures to them. Hey, you know what? Hey, you know what, brother? That nigga need to die, man.
Yeah.
He can't enter into the congregation. You're supposed to stone that thing with stones, man. There's no reasoning with that. Once you got to that point, your mind is gone. All right? You're seared. You're seared with a hot iron. There's nothing for you but to be destroyed. Okay? Now, we can't do that because we can't execute the judgment. All we can do is just pray that the Lord expedite the judgment upon him by putting up curses on him. Praying that the Lord get us out of this situation. Because a righteous man, one that fears the Heavenly Father, you're not supposed to feel comfortable around that, man. You can never be at ease in this society. Why? Because you always have to be around. And them sodomites are bold, man. You trying to get a drink, sodomite looking at you. Hey, with a fucking list, man. You should be able to take the bottle and crack them over the head, man. But what's gonna happen if you do that? You're gonna get hit with a hate crime.
Yeah.
You get locked up for 15 years for being sexually harassed, man. Like Genuine, I'm sorry, brother.
Yeah, I was gonna bring him up.
Okay, you go ahead, brother.
Yeah, like Genuine. That nigga, the tranny tried to kiss him.
Pole. But that's still a man.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Yep.
It's still got the spirit of a man. A man still has, even Esau sick ass. A man still has some type of boldness that come out. Because that's the spirit of a man. You have aggression, testosterone. And it still came out of that weirdo's ass, man. But it's perverse, man. But then if that nigga would have just knocked it out, then he would have been demonized even more than he is right now, man. And all he did was say, "Look, I'm not cool. I'm not cool." And then the thing tried to convince him that it was an actual woman. See, you see how bugged out the society is, man.
Oh man, I was watching this little news clip out there in Australia. This shit is heavy down there, man. That sodomite shit. So they got these schools. I forget the name of it. It's like sanctuary school or something. So basically, it's just a school that pushed that fucking tranny agenda, man. Like heavy. They got fucking songs for the kids, little fucking rhymes to get the kids to basically think that it's okay for the girl to be a boy and a boy to be a girl, But then it's got so bad down there that they giving these fucking kids hormone therapy to stop puberty from coming on, man.
Damn.
So little girls and boys, they getting fucking hormone therapy to stop them from going through puberty, man. On some crazy weird shit. That's the so-called white man. And that's how he wants his whole world to be, man. Bunch of confusion. All right, just sick, perverse shit, man. Here it is. These little kids, they ain't even supposed to be knowing about. So these niggas supposed to be playing with Hot Wheels and shit. They teaching them how to tuck their fucking ride between their legs to pretend how to be a woman, man. And Esau, he wants to do this shit throughout the world. The dude, well, dark story, man. This little Edomite kid, his dad and his mom, they seen him like wearing fucking high heels and shit. His parents thought it was a phase. So they was laughing at it. He let it go on, but then it came to pass like a few years later. The little fucking Edomite kid tried to pull his fucking rod off, man. Say he didn't want the shit no more. He want to be a woman, Little fucking, he's only like 9 years old, 10 years old, man. Trying to get his damn rod off,
Yes, great.
That's how you saw it.
That's the mind state that they pushing out though. These kids nowadays, man, they don't stand a fucking chance.
Yeah.
They are through. They through. They fully accept the so-called white man's homosexual agenda. They actually think it's cool, man.
Yeah, they think it's cool. It's not even a phase anymore. That's a life. It's a life. It's new
Death
life.
style. Yeah, which really that's a
Yeah.
death style. Yeah, because it's a death style. That's not a lifestyle. This is a lifestyle. All right, living your life according to the scriptures. Everything else is a death style, man. And being a dead person is a living dead person, a zombie. Okay, a walking zombie. That's it. That's trending. Yeah, that's trending in this world. But let's get back to the scriptures.
Back in Romans 1 and
I'm sorry, you had something?
Now, I had a story about Sodom and Gomorrah, Genesis 19 chapter, what we were just talking about. How Esau, he wants to muster that spirit of Sodom and Gomorrah, where transsexuals come up and try to rape you, try to grab you up, you know.
They're trying to conjure demons, and that's all Esau does. All Esau does, because Esau's not original. All he does is conjure up these demons from all these past kingdoms, man. Yeah. Okay, but we're gonna finish this and scripts. Go ahead.
it is Romans 1 and 24. Wherefore the Most High also gave them up to uncleanness through the lust of their own hearts, to dishonor their own bodies between themselves.
Yeah, to the lust of their own heart, because you didn't want to walk according to the ways of the Heavenly Father. They tell you that in Psalms and in Ezekiel. You know, our people going off continually. So then the Lord just give you over to your own ruin, man. Okay, go ahead.
Who changed the truth of the Most High into a lie.
Yeah, this is really talking about Israelites. Although you can apply this to Esau, this is in all actuality talking about Israel. Go ahead.
And worship and serve the creature more than the Creator,
Go ahead.
who is blessed forever to walk.
Go ahead.
It says, for this cause the Most High gave them up to vile affections.
Yeah, that's a vile affection. Like we were talking about affections at camp. You get into your woman, you looking her on the eyes, you playing with her hair. That's vile. And I know these brothers went into the definition on vile.
Yeah,
you want to touch back in?
Yeah, the word definition, that's a heavy definition in itself. Vile, he's ugly, he's low born, low stock, detestable, you know. It has a perverseness, which pretty much describes the so-called white man, Esau, you know, and all his characteristics, you know, of a low stock, of a low born, you know, ugly. What was some other definition? I'm gonna bring it out.
Yeah. Keep going, and then we'll keep going on that, and then we'll go ahead, because you see two sodomites, two lesbians. That don't look right. That's ugly. It's disgusting. Man. They got it. That's not how a man's supposed to act, and that's not how a woman's supposed to act. And you can tell that they have perverse spirits. The man more so, but also the women. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, for this cause the Most High gave them up unto vile affections, for even their woman did change the natural use into that which is against nature.
Yeah, which a woman's use, you know, is for her to be with a man, getting penetrated by a man, not to have some dildo. And then these women be so bugged out, they'll actually put a condom on the dildo, man. Shit's crazy. Out of their goddamn mind. Yeah, out of their damn mind.
Dental dams.
Say it again.
Dental dams.
Yeah.
So that's what lesbos use, man.
Yeah, they're out their mind, man. You're out of your mind doing that, man. But the Lord gave you up to that, man. The Lord gave you up to that vile affection, to that ugliness. Okay, you got that?
I got bring up the vile definition, Edamon online. It says morally repugnant, morally flawed, corrupt, wicked.
Wicked. That's wickedness.
Of no value.
Exactly. It's of no value. It doesn't make any sense. It's irrational. It's illogical. And anything that's irrational and illogical, that's of Satan, man.
Yeah.
That's wickedness.
Yeah, because what's the point of you doing that? The point of a man and a woman coming together is to have children and procreate. Okay, and then our sexual organs are made for each other, man. The penis is supposed to go into the vagina. The fuck you two women doing, playing fucking scissors and shit, you know?
Yeah.
Or two dudes. Yeah. No, there's no profit in that, man.
No profit.
Well, what can come of that? Diseases and demons.
Yeah.
Bugs you the hell out, man.
Yeah.
Hey, I saw a video this week by a health ranger. Bug out. He said the LGBT is covering up anal cancer. The LGBT community is covering up how prevalent anal cancer is in that community, man. It's like, what do you expect, man? You know, that dude Kaylee used to bring that up, you know?
Yeah, but that's true, man. Yeah, that's true.
It's very true.
It's on the CDC website.
Yeah, and you get that because you're not supposed to be sticking on nothing up there, man. You know?
Yeah, because when you have a stool,
It's full of bacteria.
yeah, it's to flush out. Yeah, that's where you're supposed to.
That's why the diseases is prevalent today. Amongst them fucking
That's like simple. Yeah, that's simple. You know, everybody knows, but they got demons. They got demons on them, man. And Esau helps to conjure up those demons, man.
Well, he puts it out there that it's okay.
Yeah,
And acceptable. So that demon that you got on you, you know, which otherwise you would look, you rebuke it. Nah, fuck that.
that's
Since
weird.
he has it out there where okay, look, it's okay to do that. These people run with it, man.
Mhm.
And then on top of that, they've been pushing this shit since he was a fucking kid.
Yeah.
So that seed is in your brain, man. And I was thinking about that when I was watching that the little news clip. They singing songs to these fucking kids. They got reading books, you know, about a fucking boy teddy bear wanting to become a girl teddy bear.
Oh, man.
So they reading this shit, and that's planting seeds in them, man. So when they get older and they start to have that thought, you know, oh, well, what if I want to be a girl? You know, I want to be a boy. That fucking book is gonna come back in their mind.
There's that, and then your classmate, they only have 2 moms.
Yeah.
You know, and then your classmate, they got 2 dads, right? And so it's already bugged out, right? Then your kid's gonna ask you, "Oh, why is that kid only has 2 moms? How is that possible?" You know, you gotta explain to them that they're fucking faggots. And then they're gonna find your kid's gonna say that your parents are faggots, and then they're in trouble, man.
Yeah.
But then in actuality, yeah, that's how you should treat them, man. I remember when I was growing up, they were still allowed to do. I didn't know anybody like that, you know. But nowadays, everybody knows it. It's multiplied beyond imagination, man.
And you got kids coming out parties.
Within our lifetime, man. Growing up, that wasn't cool.
Yeah.
I'm 29 years old, man. Right? So 29 or late 80s, that shit wasn't cool, man. In the 90s, we're from this.
Yeah,
We're from this shithole.
Cool.
We're from this shithole. Even San Francisco, it wasn't really cool like that, man. Parts of San Francisco, parts of Oakland, San Jose, all right, Vallejo. Nowadays, everybody's a full-blown homosexual.
Yeah, because then we're gonna get back to the scripts. Even the games you played were very masculinizing. They were anti-homosexual. Like smear the queer. Yeah, you know, you light the nigga up if he dropped the ball, man. He was a queer. You know, so you wasn't dropping a ball. You know, you call somebody a punk.
Yep.
You know, that's fighting words. A bitch. You know, so you went there, fuck that. You know. But now, you know, you have to be mindful of what you say. That's toxic masculinity.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a bunch of BS. Let's hit some more, and then let's go back to the definition. Okay, let's read some more.
It's Romans 1:27. And likewise also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman.
Yeah, the natural use of the woman, again, you're supposed to lay down with her. You do what you do. There's a lot of, the Lord got it set up that you can have a lot of creativity with the woman, man. But dudes don't want that, man. They want to do some sick shit. Okay? Yeah. All right, go ahead. Hey, I'm just being real. Hey, you know, in this experience, I've been meditating on this, you know, the so-called, that's why Esau tries to emasculate the so-called black man, and then also the so-called Latino Native American man, because we're very sexual. We're very sexual, man. You know, the woman, they could smell it on us, man. That's why, you know, you go into the KKK. Them being formed was supposedly to do what? To protect white womanhood from these crazed animals, these sex crazed brute bucks. Yeah. And that's how they was described the so-called black and Mexican man, so-called Puerto Rican man, so-called Native American. Who remember, like the brother Gab brings it out. You know, those movies, they'll show old Western movies, they'll show Gad coming through raping a white woman. Yep. He was a buck, you know, bugged out, and Esau kill himself. That's like the worst thing, you know, to have a so-called black man, you know, so-called Latino Native American man take your woman, you know. Yeah, so they're going so hard to make our people all feminized, okay? But it's not going to work, okay? As a whole, you're going to get a lot of these Generation Zers all bugged out. But the men of the Lord, we gonna be normal, man. We're not going to turn into degenerates, man. You know, like the majority of our people. Go ahead, brother.
But even though they're coming with this hardcore Sodom and Gomorrah shit on us, the spirit of rape is also coming back too, man.
Oh yeah.
That rape shit is gonna happen. You people, everything's gonna happen all at once, man. You can already see it. Like I said, this place is getting more wicked Your people get wicked by the day, but the spirit of rape is getting heavier, man. These guys, started with Trump, say he's grabbing bitches by the pussy, slut shaming, all right? And then these guys are gonna take it in their own hands pretty soon, man, because you women are just completely lost.
Yeah, you out of there.
Out of order.
Out of order.
Go back to the definition.
Yeah.
It says of inferior quality.
See, of inferior quality. That's what vile means. Okay, meaning you're inferior. So you becoming a sodomite, which these women, they put men in positions where you go through that slippery slope, man. She wanna be with you, and even us brothers, we've been out, and the woman then said, "Oh, can I have y'all both?" Sick shit, man. But that leads to what? That leads to sodomy, man. Leads to you being inferior, man. A man's supposed to be with a woman. Okay, go ahead.
Disgusting.
That's disgusting. Yeah. So homosexual sodomy is disgusting, man. And they know it's disgusting. That's why they get so mad and they'll try to fight you if you call it out. Just like women, man.
Yep. Just
Just like when you rebuke a woman, she's not gonna try to reason with you. They're gonna try to fight you. Them homosexuals, they're violent, man. Okay, they always be getting in fights with each other. The lesbians, they always be having domestic disputes. Okay, because they're not right in the mind. They don't know how to handle things civilly because Satan has totally taken over their mind. Go ahead, brother.
Foul.
That's foul. That's some foul shit, man. That's a foul spirit. Go ahead.
Ugly.
That's ugly, man.
Degrading.
Yeah. You can tell because there could be like a good-looking woman, but she's a lesbian. She has a demon on her, and it makes her look not as attractive. You know, you can tell, like, man, maybe she did this and this, but she won't do that because she got that demon on her, man. You know, she doesn't have that femininity to her that she's supposed to have.
Humiliating.
Oh yeah, that's a humiliation to your nation, man. To be a homosexual, and that's why Esau be calling these little faggot white boys soy boys. You know, which they're sodomites too, but they still try to maintain the appearance of them being men.
They exercise their male privilege.
Yeah, exactly. But you see these Edomites on these BuzzFeed Edomites, so-called liberal. Man, those are cucks. Cucks, soy boys. Cucks, soy boys.
Those are the soy boys.
Yeah, and we see them. That's what we see all day.
That's 99% Esau.
Yeah,
that's 99% you devils, man.
Correct.
Yeah. It says of low estate, without worldly honor or esteem. It says shameful, dishonorable, low-born.
Low-born. Yeah, you pretty much a scumbag lowlife, man.
Yeah.
And them sodomites, they're scumbags, man. Aside from that being a despicable act, because I had an ex, and she used to try to cake for sodomites. Then she got into like the corporate world working around him. Like, oh, yeah, this gay guy, he's so mean. He's so. I was like, yeah, I told you they're because you lie down, you lie down with a man, you're liable to do anything, man. You're a woman, you lay down with another woman, you'll do anything.
These sodomites, they prey on their family members, man. They're the ones they be molesting them when they're young and shit.
Yeah.
You know, if you have a sodomite cousin, he's over there playing around with the boys and shit.
Yeah, putting demons on them. Yeah,
being a faggot, man. And then they become faggots, man. So that's what sodomites do.
Yeah, that's Edomite culture, man. That's why all them Edomites are all. You like, yeah, why is this dude so weak? Why you got a list? He's been getting pops since he was a little boy, man. Pederasty, and that's Edomite culture, man. And that's what Esau wants to implement within the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American household, man. He wants to pretty much turn us into his ass, man. To be low-born, which we're gentlemen, which means high-born, well-born. That's how the nation of Israel is supposed to be. That's how we're supposed to conduct ourselves. You know? But being in this society and all these chemicals, because best believe Esau, and there's some Jake from Berkeley. I don't know if you can pull it up. There's some Jake from Berkeley. He was a professor, and they tried to suppress the information that they did they did a study, and I believe it was rats or
AIDS.
No.
About the AIDS?
No. It was about a chemical that was let out, and they tried it on some bees or some bees or rats, maybe frogs, and they started the male frogs started getting with other male frogs.
Yeah,
I believe it was frogs. But the guy who was based in Berkeley, if a brother can bring it up. But that's what Esau has, man. He has this set up. Yeah. Why to push that sodomite spirit on our people, man.
And that's in all the plastic that you use.
Yeah,
BPAs, BPSs.
There you go.
And it's heavy in basically everything that you eat, man. And heavy in the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American community. It's literally nothing you can find in there that's in glass except for the beer. When you go to the liquor store, man, the little corner store, fucking Debbie Snacks, that shit is in plastic. So the BPAs is leaching into that shit. You know, the fucking soda that Jake like to drink, Coca-Cola, Sprite, you know, the damn Squirt, that shit been sitting in plastic. The milk been sitting in plastic and everything. So it's a high level of BPA, man. Even the receipt you touch, that shit got BPA in it.
Yeah, man.
And it affects these kids on a higher level than it does the adults, man. So they developing with this shit. Yeah. So they damn their development is all messed up. It messes up their brain because the BPA basically and the BPS and all that other those other chemicals which they use to harden plastic, it all does the same thing, man. It messes up their mental development when it comes to the hormones, man. Yeah. So it's a synthetic estrogen. It blocks the testosterone production in men, and then with women it does the opposite, man. It blocks their estrogen production, and that's why these bitches hella masculine out here, man. Masculine. You know, you see the nigga woman, this bitch shaped like a goddamn linebacker, because it messes up your thyroid and it doesn't let your body regulate your hormones, man.
Yeah, that's why a lot of them they're overweight. Yeah, because when you have thyroid disease, it makes it harder for you to lose weight. And we deal with that a lot. Well, I have thyroid. Why is there such a outbreak in there, man? Thank the so-called white man. So let's finish that off.
It says cheap, ugly, hideous.
Woo, hideous. God damn.
It says worthless, base. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Right, which that's Esau, man. They say he's violating the earth, base man. And he's trying to push that base man spirit onto everybody else. Shamar, you got something?
Okay.
Go ahead.
This is 2 Peter 2:5. And spared not the old world. Well, I started for. For if the Most High spared not the angels that sinned, but cast them down to hell and delivered them into chains of darkness to be reserved into judgment, and spared not the old world, but saved Noah, the 8th person, a preacher of righteousness, bringing in the flood upon the world of the ungodly, and turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, condemned them with an overthrow.
They were condemned. Okay, so that society, just like this society, is condemned. Go ahead.
Condemned them with an overthrow, making them an example unto those that after should live ungodly.
Yeah, and you know what? These sodomites, they'll say that they're sodomites, man. They'll mock it. Oh yeah, we're gonna sodomize each other. Ha 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 ha. But that was an example of what not to do, man. So they know they're gonna be destroyed. That's why a lot of them they're in the Satanism, they're in the Wicca. Okay, which that's witchcraft. Because they know what they're doing is wrong, but they don't care. They're a bunch of damn demons, man.
And the suicide rate is high with sodomites too.
Yeah,
like that's another problem that they had. Because I had to do a report on it for school one time about it in the so-called black community, and then it basically said that the suicide rate is hella high for sodomites because they feel guilty about it and they consciously condemn them.
Yeah, because all Jakes know you're not supposed to be doing that shit, man. You know, Jake knows better. Okay, Jake didn't been to the church, and ultimately it's in our spirit to know right from wrong.
They got that guilt on them, man. And a lot of them, it's not only the guilt they've done, but they went and touched their fucking little cousin, man. And that weighs on them, you know. And then they fucking kill themselves. The Most High kills their ass, man. There's none but death coming for being an evil, wicked person, man. And committing sodomy is evil and wicked, right? It's not cool. It shouldn't be acceptable, but this. More proof why the white man needs to be destroyed.
Yeah, I used to work at a group home, and there's like a 11, 12-year-old kid. You know, you have access to their files. Little Issacharite, and he had got molested, and he was already molesting his little brother, man. So this shit is sick, man. So that's why you see why the Lord has to kill 2/3 of the nation of Israel here in America. Because they're totally gone. There's nothing that can be done for that kid. No, he's totally done. Go ahead. You got something?
No, I was going. You was talking about the professor. His name was Tyrone Hayes.
Yeah, he was a professor at Berkeley, right?
Yeah.
And they what the so-called white man calls blackball, but that's a racist term. You know, pretty much they ostracized them. That's the correct term. They ostracized them and they forced them to leave. And they tried to suppress the information that he was bringing out, man. Okay, you got something, Connor?
God, this
Yeah.
is Wisdom of Solomon 10:7.
Beautiful.
That's like I started 6. When the ungodly perished, she delivered the righteous man who fled from the fire which fell down upon the 5 cities.
So that's talking about Lot. Yeah, because it was Sodom and Gomorrah in the neighboring cities, which I believe, because all the Sodom and Gomorrah spiritually is America. I should say all of America spiritually is Sodom and Gomorrah, but in particular, those cities, I believe that's the Bay Area.
I believe it too.
I believe where we're at right now is the region of Gomorrah, San Francisco. And that's Sodom, and then the rest of the Bay, I believe that's those other 3 cities. Yeah.
And Forbes deemed this place the best place in the world. I believe.
Forbes said that San Francisco was the best place in the world to live.
Yep.
And everybody wants to come out here. Why? Because you can make money and be a sodomite.
Yep.
And the French tourist magazines, they said it was the most desirable tourist destination.
Mm-hmm.
San Francisco.
Because there's a term called sex tourism.
Yeah.
Okay, and if you want to have
Drug tourism too.
drug tourism, and they go, you
Hand in
do
hand.
drugs, you do drugs, and you do what? You
Drugs.
have sex, illicit sex.
And you do bad decision sex, and that's what these people do, man. Just vile sex acts.
Yeah, they have
on
meth
drugs.
orgies. Yeah, they have meth orgies. That's a common thing. Well, we saw a lot of idiots in like pajamas and onesies.
Yeah.
Onesies.
I mean, thousands.
Nowhere else that's going to happen around the world.
To be a fucking bug out.
Yeah, it looked like they were going. They was like looking for Pokemon or something. I don't know what. It looked like they was on
They're all wearing fucking jumpers.
Yeah, it looked like they were on some type of hunt, scavenger hunt or something like that.
Yeah.
But they were doing drugs, getting drunk out their mind, having sex with each other, men with men, women with women, all of that, man.
Trans.
Yeah, so-called trannies was there, Hey, but where they were lining up, is a den of pretty much an opioid den.
Oh man.
Yep.
But the cops like pushed them off the block just to accommodate them.
Yeah.
But then the den reopened, man.
Yeah, came back full force too.
Man.
Yeah.
Bro, everybody was knocked out. That shit was bad. This is a shithole.
This is a shithole.
This is the shithole.
This is a shit. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and Trump and all you Edomites, you made this place a shithole because this used to be a paradise, man. Scriptures tell you that in Amos the 9th chapter. Before it is as the Garden of Eden. That's how this place used to be, man. All right, when the Aloni were in charge of the land, who are Gadites, you so-called white people, you came in, you were taking dumps in the water.
Now we do it in the street.
Now you do it in the street, yeah. That's why you're gonna be destroyed. But go ahead, brother.
Wisdom of Solomon 10:6.
Oh wait, hold on. I got it. This is from Kam Arya. He said the brother says a 10-year-old just started a transgender site for kids. Come on, man.
This place is done.
Yeah, so
Yeah, they got the toys and everything.
Oh shit. Go ahead, brother.
Wisdom of Solomon 10:6. When the ungodly perished, she delivered the righteous man who fled from the fire which fell down upon the 5 cities, of whose wickedness even to this day the wasteland that smoketh is a testimony, and plants bearing fruit that never come to ripeness, and a standing pillar of salt is a monument of an unbelieving soul.
Of course, that's Lot's wife, man. And that's not just some fictional narrative or some fictional character. No, that's actually there. If you go over to that land, it actually can't grow unto this day. And there's a pillar that even the Arabs acknowledge that that's Lot's wife, man. Because she got dehydrated. Because when you lose sweat, what is it essentially? You ever taste your sweat? It's what? Salt, man. Yeah. That's what the Lord did. The Lord just dehydrated her ass. Why? Because she was an unbelieving soul. And all unbelieving souls here who don't believe that the Lord can do this, can destroy this place, is going to destroy this place, you're going to have that same fate, man. Okay? Your body is going to be consumed in the ashes here, man. You're going to get melted, as the scriptures say. You got some more?
For regarding not wisdom, they get not only this hurt, that
you got hurt. You get hurt into yourself, man. There's nothing good that can come from being a sodomite, man. Nothing at all. It's going to be nothing but destruction coming to you, man. And because because people are waking up to the agenda. That's the point. That's the point of the lesson. It says Sodom and Gomorrah is going down because people are waking up to the fact that there's an actual agenda to make everybody a homosexual. and they're seeing how perverse these sodomites are. Okay, they're seeing that there's a correlation with being a sodomite and being a child molester, just being a low life, a dirtbag, okay, a thief, okay, all the bad things, man.
That's the next thing that's gonna come out. That pedophilia, which it all leads back to that, man. This whole so-called sex revolution that came out, they started pushing this sodomite, the homosexual and lesbian agenda. That transgender shit was right behind it, and that pedophilia shit is all right behind it, man. It's a dude that did the study, which he's like considered the pioneer of the sexual revolution. His name is Alfred Kinsey, man.
Yep.
And the studies that this dude was doing, this damn devil, he was popping little kids, man.
Yeah.
Okay, so what you're gonna start to hear now is this is this exact same thing that he said. Kids are sexual beings. Okay, he popping damn newborns and saying they having orgasms, man. Okay, which is the reason why they pushing this tranny agenda and sexualizing these kids at this early age, because the wickedness that damn demon was doing, man. Okay, that's the father of the sexual revolution, man. Alfred Kinsey, a damn pedophile rapist, man.
And he's taught in universities.
Yep.
Yeah, you know, he's taught. You go for a psychology degree, a sociology degree, you're gonna hear about this man. But he's not gonna be condemned. He's not gonna be condemned as a damn devil. Okay, go ahead, brother.
Yeah, it says this is Genesis 19:3, and he pressed upon them greatly, and they turned in unto him and entered into the house, and he made them a feast and did break unleavened bread, and they did eat. But before they lay down, the men of the city, even the men of Sodom, compassed round about, both old and young, all the people from every quarter. It's like Elder Brothers going into how they want the young children to participate and be sexualized. The same thing was going on in Sodom and Gomorrah. Old and young, they were all in that spirit of sodomy, man. You know, so that's what Esau. He's trying to recreate that here in Babylon. This is like the epicenter.
Yep.
And they called unto Lot, and he said unto him, where are the men which came in thee this night? Bring them out unto us, that we may know them.
And when you read the scriptures, when it says, and he knew her, that means they had sex, man. So them sodomites, old and young, wanted to deal with angels, man. Which is just crazy.
Yeah, old little children.
Yeah.
12 years old, I'll presume.
Yeah.
12 and up. Old men.
Even younger, man, because you have these like them so-called retards. They be 7, 8. They're trying to because I used to work at a camp for so-called mentally developmentally delayed retards.
Yeah.
Okay, and they would try to go into the what do you call those? When you go camping, you got
The tents.
the tent, but you got a sleeping bag.
Oh,
They'll
yeah.
try to go into the sleeping bag with the counselors, man, and do all types of sodomite stuff. These are like kids, man. Why? Because they mind it right, man. There's a correlate. Yeah, all those little retards, they be sodomites, man. Almost all, the ones they got Down syndrome, they be sodomites. Yeah. See?
They don't have a discretion. Okay, they're not circumspect.
The reprobate.
The reprobate. They don't think they don't know what's right or
Right.
They
wrong.
can't. They don't have the capacity to do that.
Yeah.
The Most High literally took that part of their brain away from them, man. They don't have it. It's impossible for them to think on that level, man. They're in a stage of a little kid forever, you know. So they 30 years old, they still got that mind state.
But even a little kid wouldn't do some sick shit like that.
Yeah, look,
A
that's
bugged out kid would do that shit.
yeah.
and that's what Esau wants, man.
Yeah.
Just like the brother Canucks was reading, man. Old and young. Go ahead, get the precept. Did you want to?
There's a little bit more.
Okay, let the brother get the precept, and we'll jump back. Go ahead, Shamar.
It's Isaiah 60:2. For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth.
Yeah, because that's what we're speaking about, man. There's a lot, the darkness that's covering the earth, man. You know, you can't tell me that ain't talking about the time we're in right now, man. Like,
Dark,
man. Dark.
And gross darkness the people.
And growth is a beautiful precept. And gross darkness the people, man.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
But the Lord shall arise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee.
Arise upon thee. Okay, it's only talk. It's all about the elect. Only the elect is going to have that light. Everybody else is in gross darkness. You might have to look up that definition for gross too.
Yeah.
Okay, but keep going, Kadai.
It says, and Lot went out the door unto them and shut the door after him, and said, I pray you, brethren, do not so wickedly.
Yeah, it's like, God, come on, man. What are you doing, man? Try to reason with him. Okay, just like when you read the book of Judges, it was a similar situation that those wicked ass Benjamites. Okay, there was a Levite that had come into the land, and they didn't want the virgin daughters. No, they wanted him, man. Oh, that's the spirit. That's the spirit.
Which proved that the law was out during the time of Sodom and Gomorrah.
Mm-hmm.
So they knew right from wrong. Okay, or Lot wouldn't have said that. He wouldn't say, "Well, don't do this wickedly." So the men knew what was going on during that time.
Mm-hmm.
All right. He says, "Behold, now I have 2 daughters which have not known man. Let me, I pray you, bring them out unto you, and do ye to them as is good in your eyes. Only unto these men do nothing, for therefore came they under the shadow of my roof."
Yeah. So these men are under my jurisdiction at this point, man. Look, you got these daughters, man. That's valuable. That's how valuable. See, men in the ancient world understood how valuable a man was, especially a man, which he's looking at them as men. Okay, like, well, look, don't do nothing to them. Look, you can have these.
They perceived it was angels.
Oh yeah, God in the spirit. Yeah. Yep.
It says, and they said, stand back. And they said, again, this one fellow came into sojourn, and he will needs be a judge. Now we will deal worse with thee than with them. And they pressed sore upon the man, even Lot, and came near to break the door.
That's how demonic they were, man. They're like, man, get out the way. We're gonna do what we gotta do.
Yeah.
That's
Man,
Yeah, they didn't because they're gone. They mind is reprobate. They're like, nah, I want these angels, man. But they, looking at them as men. Okay.
Yeah, that was pretty much it.
Yeah, it gets even darker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is Wisdom of Solomon 10 and 8. It says, for regarding not wisdom, they get not only this hurt, that they knew not the things which were good and was good, not to be a sodomite, man.
Yeah.
Okay. It says, but also left behind them to the world a memorial of their foolishness, which is those 5 cities that got destroyed in the surrounding area. It's a salt pit, man. Okay. Nothing grows there. It's just a complete desert. And nobody's ever went to that land and built it back up, man. But what Esau, he doesn't teach you about these things. He don't teach you about Sodom and Gomorrah. Which this is what should be taught in the LGBT study classes, man.
Yeah, it should be taught in elementary schools.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Sodom and Gomorrah, that should be the correct. That's all you need to know. Look, if you be a Sodomite, Most High will destroy you, man.
Yeah.
Okay, and if there's ever another society that comes into power or that's established and they promote homosexuality, lesbianism, transgenderism, it's going to be destroyed with fire, man. Okay? And they should all take a trip over to Sodom and Gomorrah and look at the ruins, man.
Yeah.
But Esau, he's not going to teach that because he doesn't want people not to be a sodomite. So he's going to tell you, look, the Bible's just a fairy tale. None of this ever happened.
He can't teach. He doesn't allow himself to teach the Bible anymore in his schools, man.
Yep.
Back in the day, they would do it, but now they use a bullshit ass a Bill of Rights. They use that to say that that's why they can't go and teach the Bible. You can teach the Bible. You don't have to. The kids don't have to believe it, but you should teach it.
Yep.
That's how that was the stance. But the so-called white man is so much of a devil. He's just his wickedness is exceedingly great to the point where the Most High is going to destroy him, man. And his plan was to get rid of the scriptures. Now he's going to want to destroy the scriptures soon, man. Right? He's going to get rid of all paper, especially the Bible. He's going to try to burn the sword. All right? He's going to try to get rid of all the truth. He's going to shut down the internet. All why? So he can continue in his damn wickedness, man. Now you so-called white people are getting exposed for being the devil. You can't say you're not the devil, man. Who else will allow faggots to rule? And only the devil himself, man. Right? There's nothing righteous about faggots ruling or just walking around. The shit we had to see today, there's nothing right about that, man. This place gotta be destroyed.
It says, for regarding not wisdom, they get not only this hurt, which is talking about the destruction, that they knew not the things which were good, but also left behind them to the world a memorial of their foolishness, which is the way their country was destroyed, man, the way those lands were destroyed. Because you got Babylon, talking about the ancient Babylon, it was destroyed, but there's still ruins of that place, man. And there's still people living in that land. Okay? Sodom, Gomorrah, those other cities, no one lives there at all, man. Nothing grows. Okay? So that's part of the memorial, man. Even the Greek Empire, that got destroyed, but there's still ruins left, man. You can actually go see, okay, look, this is where this city was. Okay, this is where Ephesus was, so on and so forth. You go to the Babylonian Empire, or where it was at. This is Ur. This is Shinar. Shinar was right here. That's this is Ecbatane. You go to the Persian Empire. They actually still got paintings of the Persian kings up there, man. Persian soldiers. But Sodom and Gomorrah, there's no remnant of civilization there, man. Ain't no city wall. This is where the wall began, and the city was this big. You don't find anything over there, man, except for that pillar of salt. That's the only thing that's over there standing, man.
Sulfur, man.
Yep.
There's sulfur from that brimstone. And America is going to go out the same exact way. It's never going to be inhabited. It's going to be full of desert creatures, just like how Sodom and Gomorrah is.
Let me finish this up real quick. It says, so that in the things wherein they offended, they could not so much as be hid. Yeah, so the things that they did wasn't hidden from Yahweh Shem Yahweh's eyes, man. He got their ass. Just like the Most High is going to get you Americans, man. Okay, he's going to destroy this place for the wickedness that you're doing, man. It's not the Most High is not turning a blind eye to this place.
It's not mocked.
Yeah, he's not mocked.
That's right.
Okay, you doing these things. The Most High told you not to do it, and your country was so-called founded on the scriptures. The Most High is going to judge you, man. The president swears in on the Bible. Okay, this country's a so-called Christian nation. Bible is you can find it everywhere. It's in the hotels that you go to. But you trying to mock this, man. Okay, like you said, this is just a book. We can do whatever we want to. All right? And really the so-called white man is doing this as a direct challenge to Yahweh, man. Okay, look, that's a fairy tale. Sodom and Gomorrah, I don't believe in that. Guess what? I'm gonna establish homosexuality in my kingdom, man. Let's see if God does something.
I can bring it out real fast if you want. You said.
Isaiah 13:19 says, in Babylon, the glory of the kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency shall be as when the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah.
Hey, somebody get Revelation 11 chapter real quick.
11 and 8.
The reason why it's going to get overthrown like Sodom and Gomorrah is because this is spiritually Sodom and Gomorrah, man. The same things are going on. Okay, bring it up.
And their dead Revelation 11 and 8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt.
Which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt. So it's spiritually Sodom and Egypt because it imitates the customs that was going on in Sodom and Egypt, man. Homosexuality is rampant. Lesbianism is rampant. Witchcraft is rampant. Okay, bestiality is going on in this society. Which Esau, he kind of pushes that under the rug, but he passed legislation to make that legal, man. People marrying their animals, marrying goats, people marrying damn trees, man. Okay, so this place has exceeded the wickedness of Babylon, or Salakia, Sodom and Gomorrah. All right, and then it's bigger. Sodom and Gomorrah is 5 cities spread out. This is a whole country, man. Keep going.
Yep.
And the dead bodies shall lie in the streets of the great city, which is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified.
Jump back to that.
Isaiah 13:19. In Babylon, the glory of kingdoms.
Was just talking about America. Okay, keep going.
The beauty of the Chaldees' excellency shall be as when the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah.
Yeah, what happened to Sodom and Gomorrah? Fire rained down from heaven. That's how this place is going to go out, man. It's just the difference is the fire that's going to rain on this place is going to be those thermonuclear missiles, man. That the Most High put in the mind of the so-called white man to create so he can destroy this place, man. Okay? And this place ain't never going to be inhabited again. And people going to look at this place as a memorial. It's going to be the new memorial, man. Okay, look, this is what happens when you're a faggot. This is what happens when you're just completely wicked. This is what happens when you establish a society that literally contends with Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man.
Yeah.
That's what this place is set up to do. This place is literally the enemy of the Heavenly Father, man. Because everything that the Most High has set up and established, this place goes against it, man. And these other kingdoms that have came on the scene, they'll break some of the laws, you know, but then the heathen, they still have some type of order about it. You know, Esau, he just completely went left, man. Everything that's in this book, the so-called white man's breaking, man. Land Sabbath, you know, eating GMOs, polluting the air, polluting the water, chopping down trees, you know.
Yeah, like the elder brother Karat Zak Vegas said, he said, Khan Esau is the leader of the rebellion against the Most High, along with his woman and the black woman.
Yep.
They the biggest pushers of the sodomite perverse spirit, which is true.
Yep.
That sums it up right there, man. It's all out rebellion against the Heavenly Father.
Well, the nigga woman that came up to us a while back.
Yeah.
The thing that set that bitch off was the judgment of what's supposed to happen to a sodomite, man.
She's triggered.
She said that was wicked as hell, man. So it's wicked to kill a sodomite, but it's okay for a sodomite to be a sodomite in her eyes.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And she gonna teach her damn kids that. Look, there's nothing wrong with it. So he gonna grow up to be a faggot, right? She's gonna teach her son that he gonna grow up to be a faggot. He ain't gonna have give you no grandkids. He's gonna literally just destroy his line.
Yeah.
You know?
But then she's gonna complain about not having grandchildren.
Yeah.
When the nigga's like 37, 38. Okay.
Yeah, she called the most high wicked.
Yep.
Exactly what she said. Like the law, she came in that Edomite spirit.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you actually had a black woman who was in a mission, so-called black woman. She was a pro-black, conscious black woman with some dyed, discolored hair.
Yep.
She said that she'd slap the Lord, man.
Yeah, I remember that. Said if she was real, she'd punch him. She'd punch him in the mouth. So slap him.
Yeah, called him a nigga and all that, man.
Yep.
So that's
I remember that.
so that's the spirit of a regular, so-called black woman. Even the one that go to church, man. She doesn't believe in the words of the Heavenly Father and His Son. Why? Because she's under the vibration of the so-called white man.
Serpent.
And a lot of them are into lesbos, man. A lot of them are heavy into lesbianism. Our woman, especially.
Yeah, they're heavy.
The black and the Latina woman.
Yeah. And furthermore, she was beguiled by the serpent. So they're one and the same. They have the same agenda.
Yep.
Destruction. All right. That's what the nigga woman and the so-called white man. That's a perfect match made in hell.
Yeah, hand in hand.
Hand in hand, they love who loves sodomites the most? Esau and the nigga woman, man.
Yeah.
So I mean, it just makes perfect sense. It makes perfect sense.
Well, you know that was one of the things he told her through the spirit when he was rapping to her. This is what he really be homosexual, so you don't gotta be over your man, or you don't have to be under your man. You can do your own thing. You can do with another woman if you want to. You know, she was with it, just like she with it today, man. Okay.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons why she promotes their homosexuality amongst Jake is because she don't like to see masculine Israelite men.
She's a feminist.
Yeah.
She likes seeing emasculated so-called black men.
Yeah, this is Isaiah 19:14. The Lord Yahweh Shemal Shai has mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof.
Yep.
Yeah, but that's ultimately what it goes back to, man. Because the Heavenly Father, He controls good and evil, man. And because Satan is nothing but a hitman for the Heavenly Father. So the Lord has given His place over to Satan to do whatever he wants, man. And then He's going to judge it for its iniquity. That's how cold the Heavenly Father is. Go ahead.
And they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof.
Yeah, in every work thereof. That's why in all aspects of society, America is in a decline. Okay, its economy is in a decline. Its morals is in a decline. The infrastructure. Go ahead.
As a drunken man staggereth in his vomit.
Yeah, as a drunken man staggers in his own vomit. Because when you drink too much, what happens? You throw up. Is somebody gonna feel bad for you? Nah, you shouldn't have been drinking so much. Okay, you didn't took in all these demons. You didn't conjured up all these spirits, and now you're being judged for it, man. You see it now. Everybody's looking. Yeah, why doesn't Genuine get a Me Too hashtag, man? He being looked at as the bad guy. Yeah. Shouldn't he get like a Me Too? That was sexual harassment, man. And everybody's seeing it, man.
It's assault. They grab him.
Yeah. It happened with I think that thing one of them trainees got at Ben Shapiro, that devil. Remember they was on the show because he said that the thing was bugged out, it was mentally unstable. They tried to threaten to beat its ass, or threaten to beat his ass. See, so everybody's seeing how perverse and unstable and bugged out you sodomites are. That's that precept.
Is 2nd Esdras 15:6.
Yeah.
For wickedness has exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Therefore, said the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why he's got us. That's why he's got us condemning this place, man. Because we're the mouthpiece of the Heavenly Father when it says he's not going to hold his tongue anymore. That's why he's got us on the highways and hedges condemning this place. Okay? Yes, the Sodomites come by, we tell them they're going to be destroyed. Okay, they might try to mess with the camera. They might assault us, and then in response, we have to practice self-defense. Okay, that's the Heavenly Father, man. All right, go ahead.
Which they profanely commit.
Right, profane means outside of the temple. And because when you go into the history, you had them Sodomites, they actually had their own temple set up, man. Because it ain't like, he's just gay. He's doing his own thing. Now he's in active resistance against the will of the Heavenly Father, man. That's why when you go into it, man, the lesbians, they be going into what? Wicca. They be heavy into that. Wicca.
Witchcraft, yeah.
Yeah, they're heavy into the Ouija boards and shit like that. Yeah, and they're all them lesbians. Okay, they're all heavy into fertility worship, calling themselves queens and goddesses.
Well, queen is another word for whore.
For a whore. Yep. Yeah, I'm queening today. Yes, you are. Yeah, like the so-called black woman came up, and the brother said, "Yeah, you are a queen. Yeah, you're right.
I'm a queen.
Yeah.
You know what, sister? You are a queen.
You right.
You right.
Show you right. Go ahead.
Neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually.
Yeah, the souls of the just, which is us, complain continually. Okay, and the blood cries out. All the people that were killed. You got a lot of, and these Sodomites be. Oh, look at Ted Bundy, man.
Yeah.
Them Sodomites be bugged out, man. They be bloodthirsty, man. He was doing some sick shit. You go into Ted Bundy, and then he turned into a Christian. You know, at the end of it, he turned into a Christian his last year and a half, where he got executed. But that dude, he was luring in, and he was mostly killing you nigga faggots, man.
Yep.
All right, he was luring y'all in, chopping your heads off.
And he had women groupies.
Yeah, I'm sorry, not Ted Bundy. Not Ted Bundy. I meant Jeffrey Dahmer.
Jeffrey
I'm
Dahmer.
sorry, I meant to say Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah, bro, because Jeffrey Dahmer, right? He's actually revered by the Pizzagate dudes, by Podesta, by these dudes who work for the Clintons. Podesta, what's the other chick? The spirit cooking witch, right? And these people run America, man. Okay, and yeah, the Podestas, they got Jeffrey Dahmer, of one of his victims, like an art piece of doing a weird position, like a dead body, because he used to chop body people,
and then
hang them up and shit, you know.
But Ted Bundy was a sodomite too, because he was sodomizing women. Okay, he was doing all types of.
Yeah, I was going to say that when brothers saying these sodomites, they've been committing lots of suicides. They also be murdering a lot of people too.
Mm-hmm.
They'd be murders. They're so evil and dark. You know, once you go dark, man, you're just in that zone, man.
Dark side.
You're just
The
dark.
dark side.
You go into the abyss. You gotta get put to death, man. Really. But according to the so-called white man, allows that to live and flourish here.
Yeah, because he wants to see souls taken. Because he wants, if he can't destroy them, he wants the Lord to destroy him. So he wants to put him in a position for the Lord to destroy him, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's the mentality of the so-called white man.
And then the Lord said you can't do it. So he's totally opposite of the Lord. So he said, nah, I can do it. The Lord said, no, you can't have, you're supposed to put a sodomite to death. He said, no, we're going to let him live. We're going to give him rights. What are you going to do about it? You know, so he's in total opposition of the Lord.
Even though he knows the Lord exists.
Yeah, that's which proves that the Most High, he controls both sides, man.
Mm-hmm.
And then and that's why he's going to give a justification to destroying your ass off the planet Earth.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, because these elites, they know that the Heavenly Father is real. They know that, and they know that putting these spirits out here is going to destroy these people. And that's what they want, man.
Mm-hmm.
But he's just pushing that out. He's pushing that vibration of atheism out to you people, man. So you can do what? Be destroyed, man.
Yeah. ultimately, the Lord is the one that's doing it. He's controlling them through the spiritual demon Satan. That's why I said that he has mingled a perverse spirit.
Yeah.
So even though these elite know that it's wrong, the Lord hardens their heart. Like, nah, who's gonna come against my will? And the will of the Lord is for America to be the most perverse kingdom that ever been created. All right, and then to destroy it. All right, and show His power and deliver His people. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I got a precept. This is Jude, verse 7. Even as Sodom and Gomorrah and the cities about them in like manner, giving themselves over to fornication and going after strange flesh, are set forth for an example, suffering the vengeance of eternal fire.
Yeah, that's an example, man. Fornication, unlawful sex. No unlawful sex. Like you had this Jake that used to be by the camp. He said no unlawful sex. Man, being a sodomite, that's unlawful sex. Okay. Hey, and so the Lord destroyed that place to do what? To be an example. Really, it's to help you bug outs out, man. It's to know, okay, this is what happens when you come against me, man. But people still don't perceive, man. But they take it lightly. And there's some people they know when they're just like, fuck it, I'm gonna do it anyways.
And when they think that the Most High is not gonna do anything, so. And then Esau has them thinking that the Most High doesn't exist. He's just a fairy tale. He pushed out that bullshit evolution theory. This is all just a random act. He's been here for however long,
4.3 billion, I think it is now.
Yeah, however, the number gonna jump up next year or in a few days. It's gonna go up 6 billion. But Esau has you thinking it's just a random act, so you can do whatever you want. There's no order, there wasn't a purpose for your creation, for you becoming a human. There was no purpose in that. It's just a random act. So you can do whatever the hell you want to do.
You could destroy the earth.
Yeah, there's no judgment. Yeah. There's no judgment coming.
You could destroy your own home. The Most High created for you. You can just destroy it.
Yeah, there's more planets out there.
We'll find it.
Once this one's destroyed, we can leave and try it over again.
You devils think it's science fiction.
Yeah, Esau wants to create. Esau's created the whole world a shithole, and then wants to bounce out. Just leave us here to perish. No,
because he knows this isn't his inheritance, man. This is Israel's. Are you trying to trash the house before you get evicted, man?
Yeah, he's petty, man.
But you know what? The spirit of Yahweh Shai, he's gonna perform a miracle and return the earth to its greatest state ever.
Yeah, and you're gonna help. He's gonna help. He's gonna clean his mess up, man.
He'll start with the nuclear fire, man.
Yeah, let's get these precepts. Yeah, that's right. He's got precepts.
Got a quick one.
Come on.
This is Wisdom of Solomon 2:1. For the ungodly said, reasoning with themselves, but not all right. Our life is short and tedious, and in death of a man there is no remedy. Neither was there any man known to have returned from the grave.
Yes. Yeah,
that's the mindset of the so-called white man. They have no faith. Okay, they believe it's just you only live once type deal, right? Oh, we're just we've been here for billions of years, so just your life is just short and tedious, man. And they don't believe that Yahweh Shai rose from the dead, man. Right? We're gonna surpass this realm. Okay, this fleshly body. Okay, these devils, they're stuck in it. Keep going.
For we are born at all adventure, and we shall be hereafter as though we had never been. For the breath in our nostril is as smoke, and a little spark in the morning of our heart.
Yep. So like they hear 1 second and then they're gonna be gone very quickly. Like your life is short, so do whatever you want. Keep going.
Which being extinguished, our body shall be turned into ashes, and our spirit shall vanish as the soft air.
Yep.
Right. Which means that they know they're gonna die soon, so that's why they perform wickedness. Keep going.
And our name shall be forgotten in time, and no man shall have our works in remembrance.
Yeah, nobody's gonna remember the things that we do, so we can do whatever we want. But that's not the case. The Most High has a record of what happened in world history, man. Them things that them people was doing in Sodom and Gomorrah is written down in the scriptures. All right.
Yeah, everything you so-called white people have done to us is written in the scriptures. All the wickedness you've done. Oh, we could just kill these people. We can enslave them, right? We're gonna die before I see the end of this.
Your spirits are gonna be destroyed, so we don't have to pay for it.
Yeah.
We're just gonna go because this is another part of Esau's doctrine that evolution teaches that like there's no afterlife. So once you die, your spirit just disappears. And there's no judgment. You don't have to pay for whatever, anything that you did.
Yeah.
So you can do whatever the hell you want to do.
Yeah,
I'm not coming back. Once I die, my spirit's going somewhere else. It's going to dissipate. It's going to break down or something, you know. But the scriptures tell you that no, you get set back down here, man.
That's why there's a lot of spirits here.
And then you're judged in this flesh. Okay.
You see a lot of people judged today, man.
Yeah.
Keep going.
God. And our name shall be forgotten in time, and no man shall have our works in remembrance. And our life shall pass away as a trace of a cloud, and shall be dispersed as a mist that is driven away with the beams of the sun, and overcome with the heat thereof. For our time is a very shadow that passeth away, and after our end there is no returning. For it is fast sealed, so that no man cometh again. Continue.
Let's go on that.
Okay.
And
Yeah, I got some. This is Revelations 18:5. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High have remembered her iniquities. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her double according to her works.
Yeah, the brothers reading Wisdom of Solomon, that mindset, you think no one's watching. All this iniquity is going to the heavens, man. The Most High see everything that's going on here in America, right? And he especially sees it when it's Israel doing wicked acts, right? When you're being a weirdo. Keep going.
It says, in the cup which she had filled to her double. How much she have glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her. For she saith in her heart, I sit a queen and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow.
And that's why the Most High compares America to a whore, man, because you see the spirit of these women, man. They have no shame in their wickedness. Okay, they're evil. You rebuke them. They get. You say they can't be civil. You rebuke them, and then Satan just takes over. That's exactly how America is, man. Keep going.
Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire. For strong is the Lord Yahweh Bashin Shai who judgeth her.
That's right. And we already know what that means, right? America's about to be destroyed.
Yeah, Sodom and Gomorrah is going down. That's
right.
You know, it ain't gonna be like this for too much longer. All right, the sins of Sodom have reached unto heaven. Okay, the Lord is now sending out judgment, man. That's why there's been all types of judgments on you Sodomites, man. That's why you're being exposed for being a bunch of hypocrites, man. A bunch of reprobate devils.
Yeah, wow.
You're vile. You're vile. You're ugly. Yeah, you 6'2". You're supposed to be cashing alley-oops, man. You're gonna chop off your rod and put on some pumps, man. We're gonna destroy you.
You actually think you're a woman.
That's
damn trendies, man.
Yeah, then you complain about sexual harassment and people not respecting you. And all you're doing is disrespecting men and making them feel bad for not wanting to deal with your hairy ass.
Okay.
You're disrespecting yourself.
Yeah.
And they mad that real men don't want to deal with it. What the fuck would I want to deal with a man for, man?
Yeah, first off, why would I want to deal with a man? And then I thought it's clear that I want to deal with a woman. You're trying to dress up like a woman. I can just get a woman.
Yeah.
What sense does that make, man? It don't make sense, man. It's nothing but confusion.
Morally repugnant.
Yeah, it's morally repugnant. Okay. All right. So pretty much, man, you know, this place is done. All right. It's nothing but demons out. Nothing but reprobate spirits, man. But it's okay because the Lord is judging this place. 2018, man. There's going to be a lot more judgments upon you Sodomites. All right. There's going to be a lot more. The castle's going to get shut up a lot more. Okay, through the spirit. All right, a lot more of y'all are gonna be embarrassed. Okay, you're gonna start getting publicly shamed instead of so-called straight men. Okay, and real men are standing up, and more real men are gonna stand up, acknowledging their nationality, seeking their power, and condemning this wicked ass place. All right, so with that, we're gonna give again all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Rakateh Yahweh, Rakateh Yahweh, Rakateh Yahweh Shai, Rakateh Yahweh Shai, Baba Shai, Baba Ball, Baba Ball, Baba Ball, Baba Ball, Baba Ball, Baba Ball, the water, all right, shalom to the elect.
Shalom to the elect.
Okay.
Shalom. Death to the nigga woman.
That's right.